Hello, my friends. Welcome to another episode of Self to Society. My name is Dennis, and today I have a special, the most special of guests, my 9-year-old boy, Nehemiah. And what we would love to talk with you about today is something that he has a little bit of anxiety talking about, or just being on the podcast in general, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is we want to have a conversation around young people's mental health, how the pick-me-up deck has helped him, how we use it, and I'm going to let him talk about some of his experience of being a child, especially a child who has to deal with a parent like me, who is okay crying and being loud and having to apologize and all sorts of things. So, hello, my son.
Hi.
How awkward do you feel?
A lot.
A lot awkward?
Yeah,
That's okay.
I've never been on one of these.
That's okay. Now you can say that you have. And I bet most of your friends have not been on a podcast. So, that part's kind of cool, huh? Yeah. When you talk, just so you know, talk as loud as you can, okay?
Okay. There's a microphone here. You said it not.
No, I know that the microphone's there, but I'm going to be much louder than you if you don't.
Okay.
Okay. So, cheers. Get that prime, boy. You got to take a drink. That's the rule. All right. So you're 9 years old. Mm-hmm. What grade are you getting ready to go into?
Fourth grade.
Fourth grade. And when do you turn 10?
September 11th.
And how often do you think that we use 52 card pick-me-up?
Like 50% of the time.
So we use it quite a bit. Okay. When we use it, is it, and these are just questions that I'm asking so that everybody has context of how we live, okay? Mm-hmm. When we use it, is it something that I push on you, or is it something that I suggest, or is it something that you choose to want to do?
I asked.
You ask? Yeah. How come you ask to use 52 card pick-me-up sometimes?
I just like it. And it's not just because you made it, I just like it.
Well, thank you. What is it that you like about it?
I just like playing with things with like cards.
Okay.
And it just like, it helps me like think about stuff that like I haven't done. So like the like get ready card.
Mm-hmm. You like that card?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Because like you can like get ready for a basketball season or like get ready for school or other stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%. We'll open up your deck. Let's play a little game. So in the context of those listening or watching, I am recording a video of this one because it just felt special to do and like the extra work was necessary. So if you're watching, thanks for following along. I know that we're kind of engaged and I'm not particularly engaged with the camera, but I think you'll be okay. And if you're just listening, it doesn't matter either way. So go ahead and shuffle the cards however you want. Typically, you have me shuffle them for you. Would you like me to do that?
I want to try.
You want to try? Okay.
I mean, I've done it before, but
yeah,
it wasn't that good.
So, in a normal day for you, I know that we're just getting kind of to the end of summer and you start school next week.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Say that again?
I said I'm really excited.
Really excited to start school? How come?
Because I want to see all my friends.
Oh. Well, last year we had some problems at school, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Can you share with me some of the things that happened last year from your perspective on different ways that maybe you started to get in trouble and then figured some stuff out and then like just kind of walk me through some of your memories of those things last year?
I was like talking a lot in the hallway. Like at the beginning of the year, I was fine, but then like I started making more friends and stuff.
Yes, sir.
And I just started like talking a lot because I had so many of them. And I just like, I was laughing a lot in class, and at recess I was just like excited and I was like all over the place and just like running like I don't know what to do.
Yes, sir.
Like I have to do something.
Yes.
And then when I got back from recess I was still like really energized and I couldn't control myself in class.
Is having a lot of energy something that you experience a lot?
Yeah. In the mornings mostly.
In the mornings mostly? I obviously know these answers because I'm your dad, but do you struggle to sit still?
That's why this.
The fidget spinner? Yeah. If you're listening, there's a fidget spinner on the table with us right now. What are some of the hardest parts about just sitting in class for you?
Because mostly my teacher just puts me next to all my friends.
Yeah.
And I just don't like sitting still.
Yeah. I would have a really hard time sitting next to my friends and not talking. And by would, I mean I had a really hard time sitting next to my friends and not talking when I was your age. So I understand that. Before we use the deck, let's talk about how I parent you. Okay. Would you say that I'm what kind of parent? You tell me or tell us your opinion of how I parent you, so that I don't say anything else.
Good.
But you don't have to impress anybody.
I know.
Okay.
But sometimes, like, he gets angry, but he still apologizes.
Yes, I do both of those things. There are times, certainly, that I lose my shit and I react in ways that I regret, or I react in ways that are probably not necessary for that moment. But you said that I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's certainly something that I've had to learn to do. I've not always done that. But it's something that I have learned to do. How does it make you feel when I act out that way and then apologize?
I get like kind of scared a little bit when you act out that way, but when you apologize, I feel better, and I'm just like, okay, it's back to good.
It's back to good. Yeah. As you know, parenting is a challenge for me. Feeling like I have to do it right all of the time is hard. And the times that I lose my shit, I feel really bad. How often do I cry?
Almost every single movie we watch, so basically every night.
I do cry a lot. You have a very specific thing that you say to me when you know that I'm crying, but I'm trying to hide it from you. What is it?
What do I say?
You good?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think when we're watching a movie or Ted Lasso or some show or something, and you can feel that I'm crying without seeing me cry? What do you think?
I'm like, is he good?
You good? What does it make you feel? The fact that I cry a lot, which I've talked on the podcast about how I'm a crier and I cry a lot. So I hope that this isn't a weird tangent in the conversation. When you see your dad cry, what does it make you think?
That he's like really, really emotional, and like I should probably give him a hug or something like that.
I mean, you can always give me a hug, my boy. Do you think you're an emotional person?
Yes.
Do you feel comfortable crying in front of people?
Yeah.
You do? All the time?
Mostly. Sometimes I don't, because like we're in public and nobody knows me there.
Sure.
I'm cool like crying around people I know though.
Well, there was also yesterday you were a little bit uncomfortable crying in front of Jack. Remember? So, and it's okay to not want people to see you cry. I think that's a very common thing, is that most people get uncomfortable at the idea of crying in front of other people. All right, let's play around or do a round. Playing is probably not the right word. All right, friends, thank you for being this far into the conversation. This was 1,000% unscripted. The only thing that I told him going in was that I wanted to talk to him about mental health being a kid, how he uses 52 card pick me up, and that's really all that I had in my head. So we're taking this one straight off the dome. And I would love to walk you through a pretty normal experience of how him and I use 52 card pick me up, and how maybe you can use it with your kids or students, and a little insight into just how fascinating the struggle of mental health is, even from being a child, 9-year-old boy, or girl, or child, whatever. Before you pick your cards, is anxiety something that you're familiar with? Do you get afraid?
Like what?
I don't know. Do you get afraid of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you have anxiety, do you have any ways to help yourself calm down from having anxiety?
Play basketball.
Play. Okay, let's say you wake up with anxiety. It's in the morning time and you can't play basketball. Is there anything that you do to help yourself with anxiety?
Probably just like take deep breaths and just like lay down in my bed until I'm feeling better.
Okay. Would you say that you're generally a happy human or a sad human?
I'm mostly happy.
Heck yeah, Doug! I agree. I think that you have a lot of optimism. I think that you see the glass half full. Do you know what that statement means?
Mm.
It means every situation around you, you can see the good in it as opposed to the bad. So if your prime was only half, there was only half in the bottle, you would say it's half full instead of it's half empty, right?
I mean, actually, it's overflowing with air.
It is overflowing with air. Unlimited amount of optimism this boy has. All right, let's pull. So you have your deck of cards in front of you. We have individual decks, right? You have a deck and I have a deck. All right, I'm going to do one traditional shuffle.
Okay, have you showed them where you can do it without looking?
I have not. I don't know that I want to do that on this episode, but I'll try, okay?
Okay.
So what he's referencing is there are multiple times that I've had the deck of 52 card pick me up, and with my eyes closed, I've picked one of each card, one of each suit or color, however you'd like to identify them, with my eyes closed. So he thinks that that's a really fun thing that I can do.
Yeah, because you picked up one that you already had and then put it down, and you were like, and then got the right one.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. You pick yours however you want to. One of each. You know the drill.
Yeah.
Okay. That's his affirm card.
This one.
That's his feel card.
This one all the way under here.
Yep. That's his act card.
And then
And there are times that he'll let me pick cards for him. There are times that he does it himself, and we practice doing it a bunch of different ways. So, all right. All your cards are back together?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and turn over the 4 cards that you have. And say out loud which cards they are.
I love this one.
Which card is it?
I'm attractive.
Oh, my son. You are very handsome, yes.
And exercise.
Okay, which is what card is that? Need?
Need, yeah.
Okay, so
Think.
yeah. You feel
I feel grateful.
grateful.
And act. Think twice.
Think twice. Interesting. Okay. So let's do this real quick. Which one of these to you means the most today? Which card?
Flip these over. I like that one.
I am attractive means the most to you? Mm-hmm. Why does it mean the most to you today?
Because sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, I don't really look good today. But sometimes I think I look amazing.
Yes, sir.
And that's why I like that one.
Okay. Have there been days that you didn't feel like you were attractive and then you pulled this card and it changed how you felt about yourself?
I've never pulled that card flat.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh. So here's a question. When you were getting ready, I told him to go get a podcast outfit on. Were you feeling handsome before you got ready or no? Yeah, you were?
I just thought I needed to do my hair, but I didn't really want to because we're only doing this.
Yeah. No, I think you look great. Okay. So of the rest of the cards, which are think twice, exercise, and feel grateful, which one is the next closest to you? Which one do you feel the closest to? Grateful?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to us about gratitude and feeling grateful.
I'm grateful for you, Mom, Nev, and I'm grateful that basketball is a sport.
Yes, me
because
too.
Every time I'm like sad or something, I just go in my room and play basketball and I come out perfectly okay.
Yes, sir.
And I'm just grateful for almost everything.
So we have a wall in our apartment.
Yeah.
It's the gratitude wall.
Can I do that tonight?
Yeah, of course we can do that tonight. So what the gratitude wall is, for everybody listening, what we do is I have these big Post-it notes, and we write down with a Sharpie something that we're grateful for. And then we stick it, but then falls down.
I mean, we can do it now.
Post-it note stuff is not the best. I don't know. I put the Sharpie in my room. Here.
I'll go get it.
It's okay. Write down something you're grateful for. And while you're doing that, I'm going to pick my cards. Okay? Okay? All right. So he's writing down something that he's grateful for. And we don't do this a lot, but we do it often enough that we have a bunch of Post-it notes. I'll actually post a picture of our gratitude wall. They all hang around the thermostat, which is kind of funny because in a lot of ways, gratitude is a temperature check. That was kind of a nerdy, poetic thing to say, but it's true. All right. I'm going to try to pick 4 cards of different colors with my eyes closed because you put me to the test, and even though it makes me want to poop my pants, I'm going to try to do that, okay? Hello? Are you writing down something you're grateful for?
I'm trying to write my name, but this pen sucks.
I know. That's why I was saying we can, if you'll write something, we can do it later with Sharpie, but just for the, you said you wanted to do it now, so go ahead and write something now. Okay? All right. I'm going to close my eyes. Nehemiah, can you confirm that my eyes are closed? Are my eyes closed? You got to say something out loud.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there are some people who can't, they're not watching this, they're just listening to it like on Spotify or whatever. Okay?
And I'm not lying.
Yeah, well, it's good that you're not lying. All right. And if I mess up, just tell me and I'll stop and I'll pick them traditionally. Okay?
Okay.
This one doesn't feel like it's the right one. Don't say anything. I'm going to keep going. Am I still good?
Yep.
Seriously? Okay. I've got one more. All right. Do this quickly. Let's see.
Nope.
Dang it. I was one off. Okay. So eyes closed. I pulled 3 cards, and then I pulled 2 feel cards. So I'm going to set that one aside. And I'm going to pick a need card. I'm going to shuffle them with my eyes closed, and I'm going to see if maybe I would have been able to pull it with my eyes closed the second time. Nope. I would have picked another feel card. Okay. All right. So my 4 cards. Well, actually, before I go, do you want to say anything about think twice and exercise? Is there anything that resounds to you or like means something to you with those words?
This one makes me feel bad. Wanna know why?
Why?
Because it says I need to exercise.
Well, needing to exercise isn't necessarily a negative thing. It's just a thing. What did you write on your gratitude sheet?
Basketball.
Basketball.
He has a game tonight.
I do have a game tonight.
And I have one on Saturday.
And he has one on Saturday. So later we'll redo this in Sharpie, okay?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so my 4 cards. Let's see. We're going to go affirm, which says, I am content. Need is diligence. Feel is grief. And act is speak up. This is fascinating because the one that I didn't pick with my eyes closed was diligence. So with my eyes closed, I chose I am content, I feel grief, and I need to speak up. Then once I got it wrong, I picked diligence. This is fascinating to me. One of the things that I love most, and there's an episode all on 52 Card Pick Me Up that you can go listen to whenever you want. But one of the most interesting and fascinating things to me about this deck of cards, considering that I made it and know literally every word in this deck of cards, is that every single time I use it, there's something in here that punches me right in the face. Right in the face. So, I'm going to start with my affirm card. I am content. The truth is that I don't particularly feel content today, but it is absolutely something that I want to strive for. I think contentment and peace are... I was in church this last week watching my nephew get baptized, and...
Wait, you were there?
Yeah. I took the video.
Oh, that was you?
Yes, sir. So, in this pastor, who I actually have a lot of respect for, was talking about what it means to be a Christian and go through the process and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I don't believe some of the same stuff anymore, but what I do believe is that having inner peace is everything that Jesus' teachings tried to get people to have is inner peace. And so that is really my goal and my attempt in life, and contentment feels like that. Mostly I am content. There are some things in my life that I'm not content with, but that's also the striver in me, the person that like never is done dreaming. So it doesn't mean there's something wrong. It means that I'm never really done dreaming. I love you.
Love you.
My need card was diligence. I think this is true for me every day. Being a creative and a dreamer, and having ADHD, I can kind of get lost in myself and not particularly stay on task, quote unquote. So diligence is something that I need pretty often, and especially in this season where I'm redesigning and reworking a lot of the 52 card pick-me-up stuff, rebranding it to being called Being Human, rebranding it to Being Human, and redesigning it, and all of those things. Also, there are other decks on their way, which is very exciting for me. Speak Up. God, this one sucks. This card is always challenging for me because, what?
Can I have the post-it notes?
Oh, yes, sir. This card, Speak Up, is always hard for me because I feel like I do a pretty good job of that, and yet I know that there's a couple scenarios in my life that I probably just need to speak up about to individual people. And the truth is, none of it is really bad. I just need to use my voice about a couple things that are surrounding my life. And then grief. This one is...
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Everybody's going to live. Grief is an interesting one. I do feel grief. There are experiences that have happened over the last year in my life that have led me to feeling deep, deep grief. Don't worry about it. Just stick it on the table. You're okay. Some relational, some family-oriented, some death-oriented, some friendship-oriented. And I think grief is a really interesting and unique process that when I get this card, it reminds me that it's okay to feel grief, because I typically choose to grieve quickly and move on. But this reminds me that it's okay to continue to feel some of these things, even some of them that I've healed from or resolved. I still can grieve the relationship or the friendship or the death of a family member or family members that just aren't present in a way that I worked really hard to try to be with them. So one of the fascinating things about this is that every time it brings up something that's challenging. And here's what I'll say, and I'm going to bring the boy back into this statement, is things that are hard. I have a friend named Carl, and one of his tag phrases, I think it's probably his life motto, is do the hard thing. And I love that. I'm not always that guy. But I love being able to have him in my life and to be able to have that phrase been on my heart the last week. And just watching, never mind. That's a diatribe that I don't particularly need to go on. But doing the hard thing. And this for me is a hard thing. And for a lot of people, allowing yourself to be present, transparent, and vulnerable with yourself is a hard thing. As a 9-year-old boy, is this hard for you? This kind of like doing 52 card pick me up and...
Not really.
Explain. What? So like this one. So exercise card, you said for a second it made you feel bad. Talk about that for a minute.
I don't really know how, because I already did.
I don't really know how. So when something is it makes you feel bad, like this, why did it make you feel bad? What about that card made you feel bad?
Because I've been trying to work out a lot.
Okay.
Like me and Mom go to the gym like 2 days a week.
Okay.
Maybe more.
Okay.
And me and Nev. And it just said I still need exercise.
So does it make you feel like you're not working hard enough? Yeah. Would it be okay to believe that you are working hard enough and also you can do more? That both can be true?
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't say anything about the Think Twice card. Did it bring up anything for you? Nothing?
No.
Yeah. I imagine that that's a pretty challenging card for a 9-year-old. Think twice, because they're only thinking once and then they're reacting or acting. Huh. So what I would love to do is be able to lean in and answer any questions that you guys may have about your kids, your students, your patients, your nephews, your nieces, whatever. And lean into being a support system for you. More specifically, though, and more passionately, if there's anybody listening to this episode who knows a dad or who knows a man that has a hard time talking about how he feels or being willing to go to that place, if he's willing, I would love to send him a deck of cards and a journal. And I had the opportunity to give a deck of cards to a guy that I never met before the other day. He worked in a restaurant, and he was just very kind. And I said that to him. I said, "Man, you were so kind. Why?" And he said, "Well, I've got a little boy, and that's been my motivator." Then come to find out there's been some other tragic things that happened in his life, and I ran out to my truck and grabbed a deck of cards, and I stopped him one more time, and I said, "Hey, your story really encouraged me, and I hope that, you know, this gift can help encourage you." So I want to put that on the table, that any guy, any dad, while I'm going through this rebranding process, I have decks of cards that I would love to give away. And, you know, selling them is cool, but giving them away to dads and men who will use them is even better. So, my son, thank you for doing this with me. It's fun to get to talk to you in this way, because even though we talk a lot and we talk deeply, it's fun to hear how you articulate things in front of a camera or two people, or, you know, in your first time ever being on a podcast. How's your first podcast experience?
I want to do more.
You want to do more?
Yeah.
You want to do them with me or by yourself?
Oh, you said you could help me make another YouTube channel.
I could help you start your own podcast. But do you want to do any more with me, or just by yourself?
More with you.
You want to do some more with me?
Yeah.
Sweet. The boy will be back. Maybe we'll make this like a monthly thing where you and I jump on an episode together. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Can you tell everybody goodbye and thank you for listening?
Goodbye. Thank you for listening.
So kind and articulate. I appreciate you all so very much. I love you. I know that the cadence of this episode is much different than what a normal Self to Society episode is, but we're guiding another young voice into the world. So thank you for your kindness and your grace. I love you very much, and we'll do this again soon. See ya.
Dad, can you tag NLE Choppa on this? I just drew him.
Yes, I will tag NLE Choppa. His favorite rapper is NLE Choppa. Say see ya.
See ya.
I love you.
I love you.